let's talk about Mr. Sachs. If you guys are watching, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. Bum, 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 bum. Give me 1 sec. You don't really know people. Kind of makes you wonder, you know, who you idolize, who you look up to, because you think you know them. So obviously this tweet went out yesterday. Adrian Quaylen, it got reported by some of the biggest sneaker blogs. Complex reposted it, Nice Kicks reposted it, and it basically goes into saying that Tom Sachs promised a fun cult. Man, we were joking around New Balance being the New Balance cult, but it looked like in reality it was the Tom Sachs cult. Tom Sachs promised a fun cult. The sculptor likes to call his studio part of his art practice. Working there could often be scary. I'm just like, it does look like a weird place. I mean, I don't know why he's got a doll in a cake. I'm not even gonna mention it, but it's a very weird first aid kit in the back too. Yeah, Tom Sachs is Jewish. For him to have that kind of doesn't make any sense. What's that jug on table? It looks like apple juice. I'm not gonna go into full details of this article because we could literally go on. This is a very damning article. I want to go into some of the bits and pieces. This is something that we did not see coming at all. Nice Cake says former studio assistants for Tom Sachs have alleged that the workplace environment created by the artist was destabilizing and scary. Curb said that it spoke with over a dozen former employees. So not just one, a dozen former employees. Almost all of them home requested a nominee due to non-disclosure agreements of fear of retaliation. Yeah, I'm sure. Anytime you work for some of these big guys, they all make you sign NDAs. All right, so the tweets say, some wild things former Tom Sachs studio employees told us. Here's a thread. He walked around naked in the studio around his staff. That right off the rip, like, bro, I know we made a lot of Sachs jokes, but holy shit, dude, really? Put some pants on, man. Showed up in his underwear to a Zoom call with Nike. Did Nike know about this? No offense, if I take a meeting, I have meetings all the time. Advertisers or, you know, sponsors. If one of my meetings and someone showed up in their underwear, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? Did Nike not notice it? Was it just somewhat like, cause I'm sitting down, you're not gonna see me, right? I could be butt ass naked. I had no pants on right now. You guys wouldn't know. Showed up in his underwear to a Zoom call with Nike. And Nike doesn't bat an eye? And dude, this is insane, bro. And nicknamed a room in the studio the room. There's nothing funny about that. That shit is wild. To call a room the room, it's not a joke. There's no way I don't know anybody that can make it a joke. Context matters. Dude, I don't know if there's what context do you need about, like, he could have called it any other room. Called it the Sachs room. It's just, that blew me away. Like, it's just disgusting. Like, you couldn't call it another room? Female employee said he commented on their bra size. God, bro, dude. Commenting on their bra size, their curves, and talked about what porn he was into. Oh my. This is not good. This is a dude that probably has, oh God, power, and just thought that he could say whatever he wants because these people were dying to work for him. Like, that's how it always works. That's how it always is. It's always these dudes that have a ton of power, you know, and all these probably girls, designers, were just killing for an opportunity to work for Tom Sachs because it's Tom Sachs. Turned out he's a total creep. Man. And he was not even like hiding it. So he just like, he pointed to me and was like, see, this is what we call, I'm not even gonna say it, is it Shishika goddesses? This is what we call daddy's type. God, my God, bro. This is what we call daddy's type. Imagine just saying that to someone. Shiksha? Is it Shiksha? Thank you. All right, I'm not going, yeah. He called his office the Eagle's Nest, which as his and the first aid kits was taped over a red cross. According to the studio, Sachs, who was proudly Jewish, works to subvert and reclaim this painful part of Jewish history. Women who work for Sachs describe being afraid to be alone with him. Well, yeah, I would too. What the hell? And having nightmares about being called into work for him again. Many people we spoke to could describe a time when they were scared by his rage. Now this guy's a raging psychopath. One example, throwing a sheet of steel across the room and it almost hit a tank of wielding gas. And when I went to the studio manager to say, hey, he just threw something towards me, her response was, well, at least he didn't throw it at you. He used to throw stuff at people. Employees said that they were called bitch, autistic, and I'm not gonna say that, when they failed to follow one of Sachs' historical rules, which is included sorting goods in bad light bulbs and only booking first-class travel where seats recline fully, allegedly a fireable offense. Holy shit. Dude would flip out about sorting good and bad light bulbs and firing people because they would not book first-class seats where the seats fully reclined. Sachs' rage was such an open secret that Sachs included a shot of him throwing a typewriter through a studio wall in a film, and a manual provided by us by a former employee included a poem about it. A lot of people spoke to us anonymously because they were worried about about retaliation by Sachs, but also because they were worried about the retaliation by the art world, where a career depends on their relationship with Sachs and the institutions that support him. Honestly, this is not good. No matter what, they interviewed countless people. It's not good. It's not good. I don't know what happens from here on out. You people are acting like 99% of the artists aren't like this, but does it make it right? You just said like, oh, do you act like so? Does that make it right? How can you be sure if this is 100% real? This is a damning article. This is heavy stuff, man. Like if someone wrote some stuff about this, about you, like you could, and it wasn't true or whatever, you could probably sue him for defamation. I don't know. I think Nike would have to open up an investigation on this. I think Nike has to take a look into this. Because my biggest thing is, again, like, first of all, there was no red flags that the dude showed up to a Nike interview or on camera with no pants on. A workplace environment like that in 2023, it isn't going to survive. I think this guy is going to get cooked, and he should. And he should. If this is 100% true, you should get cooked. This should be it. There's no ifs and buts about it. I think everybody in here in this chat or anybody else that's watching this would probably agree. A man in that position should be leading. He should be helping. He should be bringing people up. It turns out that he's a creep and a psychopath. Throwing shit around the office, throwing stuff at people. All I will say though is, again, it just goes to show you the people that you admire, the people you look up to may not be the people that you think they are. Trent, thank you for the 9 months. People talking about canceled like people weren't harassed. This is a bigger issue. Actual consequences should be pursued. I agree with you. I think before you put consequences, I think like there has to be an investigation. I think you put everything on hold, you investigate. Nike definitely needs to step in and take a look for sure. Just don't be creeps, man. Be polite, be respectful. That's it.